Alright guys, welcome back to Nifty Network. Today we have a 350Z on the lift, and I'm going to teach you how to install a ISR Single Exit Exhaust. So first things first, we are going to get the mid pipe and the muffler off of the car, the stock one right now. So grab a 14, grab an extension, and I grab the extension because it makes it easier to get over the cross brace right here, and it allows the socket to stay straight. So zip that off, come to the other side. Same thing. Then we're going to come back to the muffler, and there's a ground that is held on by 115. Take that off. Ground comes off. Now we can take the flange apart. And then we're going to have another hanger right here. So we'll pop that loose with the hanger tool. And then if you were to do a Y pipe, like an ISR Y pipe, we're not doing one because this one's good. You literally would just take two 14s right here, two 14s, and you already have this one undone if you're doing the rear exhaust, and then this just comes right out and you put the new one right in. And we do stock those, by the way. I don't know if I said that, but we do stock those. So once you get this down, this will free up a little bit, and then I will just put this down. Don't forget about that. And just give it this a pull back, and then that slides out like that. And when I'm working with exhaust hangers, I throw a little WD-40 on them to loosen them up. So those are up there. And then this one, since it's a single exit, this one's just for removal because we're only going to be using that side. So we'll get those separated. And these hangers, I'm not even gonna lie, they are a pain to get to. So you're gonna want to have WD-40 and a tool that will allow you to pinch these off. And then, like when I'm doing it, I'll either take this bolt out of this hanger before, or if you have one of these, it'll pinch out. And then I go to the driver's side, and then I work my way over to the passenger side because this one's even harder to get to. So I'll try to get it on this side if you want to shoot from the inside, just so people can see kind of what I'm trying to do here. And obviously, if you're doing it, you'd be on the other side. I'm just trying to show you guys how this tool works. Okay, so now it's loose. Don't let it smack you in the face. And we are ready to install the single exit. All right, so I will grab this first. Make sure your hands are clean. Try not to touch it in a bunch of spots because you will leave fingerprints. And if you start it, then the fingerprints will burn into the like the coating of the metal. So try not to touch it a bunch. And yeah, we'll slide this part in first on the muffler into the hanger. That's in like that. Come in here, bring that down a tad bit. Alright, so now that we have the muffler in, we are going to grab our new hardware and new gaskets. We're just going to bring one gasket right now and the muffler. You're going to want to hold this so the muffler is, or the resonator, I'm sorry, the resonator is to the farther back of the car. And you're going to see a little dip right here in the pipe. That goes over right here. And then you can set the pipe on right here. Get your gasket. Slide that onto the Y pipe, and we're just going to mate this up like that. And when you come to the back, just kind of wiggle that pipe into place, and it'll hold itself because ISR has amazing fitting exhaust. So now that that is on, we'll grab our other gasket and we'll grab hardware. And we'll put this gasket in like that. Just slide it up. Try not to damage the gasket doing this, because then you'll have leaks. And then, pretty simple. You just put the hardware in, bolt facing back. It's just something I like to keep in mind. And if you were using the ISR Y pipe as well with this, then you would also be using bolt and nut on this flange as well. But since we're using a factory Y pipe, we're just going to put the factory 14s back on there. And then these are the hardware that comes with the ISR kit, I believe, is a 15 and a 16. So yeah, you have a 16 and a 15. And we'll put the 14s back on. And when I put these back on, I just use a wrench to get them tight. And also, this is going to be, since everything is loose right now, it is going to want to sag down a little bit. So when you're tightening this up, just have some upward pressure on it, because you don't want it to rattle on the W brace. Okay, and then when you come back here, remember we took that ground off that's sitting here. There's no spot for it to be put here, and technically, yeah, it is a ground, but that ground is so small it does not affect anything. If you want, I guess you could reground by taking a long cable, but I've never done that and I've never had a problem. So I just wrap it up around right here in case you want to leave it there for like a stock exhaust. If you're ever going back to stock, just leave it there. Don't overthink it. You'll be fine. And we're going to tighten these up. 16 on the bolt head and a 15 on the nut. And make sure that these flanges are lined up when you are tightening them. There we go. Get it tight. All right, that is tight. And last but not least, I'm going to take off that one hanger back here because it doesn't need to just hang out there. So it's a 12. And you can just leave this on your stock exhaust. You know that it goes right here. And if you want to keep the bolt with it, just send a little zip tie around the back of it to keep that there. Also, we don't need this hanger. That one, just leave it there. It doesn't need to go off. That one can hang around. Before you start it, give your pipe a little rub down, all right? Don't burn them fingerprints in it. We don't want no traces, you know? So give that pipe a little rub. Get them grimy mitt fingerprints off of it. Okay, now we can start it. We'll let the high idle go down because it is still cold. We did a few little 2K RPM ones, but let's wait for this to come down. All right, so now it's warmed up. Let's give it a little more of a rev and see what she sounds like. Let's get this thing off the lift and see what it sounds like doing some pulls.
Sounds really good.